Extraordinary scenes at dawn in Katherine. Residents waking to find water over large sections of the main street.
We lifted a few things in the office, not thinking it would make it this far, but now it's come a little bit closer. We were in this morning to lift a few more things up.
Local Katherine business people supplying each other with sandbags as the water rose.
We're just out trying to help as many locals and businesses to get the sandbags filled up and to their doorstep for them. So yeah, we're filling them up on east side, bringing them to people's doors.
It's been a struggle to keep up with demand. Have you got enough?
No. Enough helpers, no. Enough sandbags getting filled at a time, no. So we always could be taking more sand and sandbag helpers. Those in Katherine South saw water enter their streets too.
The river's just there. Like you've seen the rivers go up, but not like that. And there's still more water to come down. That's what's more scary.
Alison Williams choosing not to evacuate for now and keeping a very close eye on the river at the end of her street.
Nobody knows how much water's going to come into the houses or across the road or anything.
It's highly likely that Katherine's going to be isolated for a period of time. Exactly how long that is, I'm not entirely sure.
By Saturday afternoon, water was lapping at the town's bridges as it inched towards the 2006 flood level. And then Katherine's levee system, which has done well holding back large volumes of water, started to be overwhelmed in parts of the town centre. There are now 500 people registered across the 3 emergency shelters in Katherine East. For those who have chosen to remain here in the main part of Katherine, it'll be an anxious night as the river has already crossed the 19-metre mark and is still rising, expected to peak later in the night. James Elton, ABC News, Katherine.
As the Daly River continues to rise, around 600 residents from the top-end communities of Nauyu and Palumpa have been evacuated to Darwin. For Nauyu residents, it's the second evacuation this wet season, with the evacuees sheltering at the showgrounds in Marara.
Rising floodwaters have forced emergency evacuations across the top end after days of monsoonal rain.
A huge amount of rain has been falling in this catchment.
Around 400 residents from the remote Daly River community of Nauyu were airlifted to Darwin today and are now sheltering at the showgrounds.
Which is really difficult for that community. They've just been, repatriated back home and are now facing significant flood again.
The Daly River is forecast to rise above the major flood level of 14 metres tonight.
We also expect that river to keep rising through 14.5 metres during tomorrow, Sunday, and over the next week we do expect to see the Daly River continue to rise.
We do anticipate significant inundation across much of the infrastructure within that community, unfortunately. That means that those community members will be in Darwin for longer than previously.
They'll be staying at this evacuation centre, a familiar place for Daly River residents who spent more than 2 weeks here during last month's flooding. Further southwest, around 200 residents have been evacuated from Palumpa, where floodwater has inundated homes.
Our primary focus is preservation of life, first and foremost. So for that reason, we need to get every person out of that community.
The fast rising floodwaters leaving several people stranded.
Some community members, unfortunately, that are isolated, and we are going to use a helicopter to do some winching to recover the last few folks out of that community.
Families sheltering in Darwin once again nervously waiting for news, while floodwaters continue to rise back home. Roxanne Fitzgerald, ABC News.